Among the several thousand objects exhibited at the China National Museum, one national treasure of modest proportions attracts many visitors' curiosity. It is 18.4 centimeters long and is entirely gold-plated with jade incrustations. It has a small circular hole in the middle, while one of its ends turns into a hook, the other taking the shape of a beast's head. The design is very strange indeed, both small and luxurious. What kind of object is this, and what was its use? In ancient China, women's headdresses were particularly beautiful and delicate pieces. The contrast of the jade inlays and its golden base would have made our mysterious piece a wonderful hairpin. However, one fails to see how it would have been worn, since nothing in its design seems to allow it to remain firmly attached to its wearer's hair. It was common in ancient China for the nobles at court to carry in their hands decorative pieces for good luck. This was the case of the ruyi, or the variously shaped snuff flask, and even of the colorful imperial seals. Today's piece does indeed seem small enough to fit into anyone's hand, and it is certainly dazzling to look at. Nonetheless, this would fail to explain its hooked end. In fact, this wonderful object is a belt buckle, used to keep one's belt tight around one's waist. Many were made of bronze, iron, or jade, their shapes hooked at one end, with a round button on their backs, and some taking the shapes of animals ornamented with beautiful designs. One side would be firmly attached to the belt itself, while the hook on the other side would clasp itself to the various holes bore into the other end. Today's very special belt buckle was made of white silver, then gold-plated. Its surface is inlaid with jade stones of every color, as well as beads of colored glass. Continuing one's visit to the China National Museum, one is bound to find many other types of belt buckles. Look, for instance, at this majestic bronze buckle with a band of musicians carved onto it. Or this rhinoceros-shaped silver buckle inlaid with gold. Its ingenious design has one of the rhinoceros's horns acting as a hook for the buckle. This is the collection of animal-shaped buckles kept at the Capitol Museum. Their variety of designs and color truly awe-inspiring. In China, the belt buckles have a history of several thousand years. Regarding their origins, some think they have always existed, while others point at the reforms of the military's uniforms of the Zhao Kingdom. In the year 307 BC, during the spring and autumn period, and of that of the warring states, King Wu Ling of the Kingdom of Zhao carried out his reform of military uniforms. Modeled on the Hu people, as the ethnic minorities of China's north were known, the king abdicated, changing the traditional wide robes and long sleeves for the type of clothing worn by the Hu peoples. These had short sleeves and gowns, their waist tightly clasped, lifting the gown above the boots. This indeed made those riding horses into battle much more nimble. Therefore, the belt buckle from the peoples of the northern steppes were imported and popularized among the Central Plains, its designs changing and developing. Following the perpetual evolution of art and craftsmanship, the belt buckles gradually became a fashion of sorts among the Chinese people, their dazzling designs even serving the nobility as a way to display their rank and fortune.